Yo, everybody. All right. So I've been looking around the NBA 2K community. I've been seeing stuff on Twitter, on Reddit, on YouTube, and I actually saw that Brutal Sim dropped a video about the top 5 things that need to change in NBA 2K26. So, with that being said, why not I drop my own list of top 5 things that need to be changed? Shout out Brutal Sim. So, without further ado, here we go. Top 5 things. Now, I'm going to list all 5 of these things and then I'm going to give an in-depth, detailed answer to each and every one of them. All right? So buckle up. And if you like the video, and make sure you leave a comment down below in the comment section because if this topic does really, really well, maybe we'll do a live on it and have people call in and we'll, talk about this or that, or, if people want to debate different things about the topics, we can do that as well. All right. Number one, the top 5 gameplay changes. Number one, risk versus reward. Number two, we want the game to be consistent. Number three, we want the game to be based on read and react, not anything else. Number four, we need to stop handicapping dribbling. Okay? And number five, we need dual archetypes back with preset attributes and badges. And there's a lot of nuance in between each one of those. If you just listen to the list itself, you're not going to really have a full understanding of what I mean by each one of those, because if you just hear that list, you may think, oh, I just want the game to be cheesy, and I do not. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I want a great game. Not a perfect game. They're not going to be able to make a perfect game. But they've been making this game for almost 30-something odd years. Some of the stuff that we've been encountering over and over and over again is ridiculous. Y'all take an entire year to upgrade the dribble system. And in upgrading the dribble system, we still got some of the same garbage problems that we've had since 2K14, 15. So let's get into it. Risk versus reward. What I mean by risk versus reward is the gameplay inherently should be based off of that. If you gamble and you get beat, you should be penalized every single time. If you don't gamble, right? Let's say you do the right thing, you should be rewarded every single time. Risk versus reward is basically a direct combat to the RNG that we have been experiencing this year in the game. And mind you, we've talked about it before. Mike Wang has mentioned it. There has been RNG in other games, especially when it comes to shooting. But risk versus reward, what it does is it tells you, okay, if you do this, and there's multiple elements to risk versus reward. It's not just one thing. Let's take, for instance, a topic that I'm going to cover near the end, something like interceptor, right? When I say risk versus reward, or even pickpocket, if I'm playing full court defense and I'm reaching, right? If I go for the reach, if I have a high rated ball handler, that person shouldn't be able to lunge at me full speed, reach, and then get back into the play. That would be risk versus reward. They risked, they didn't get the right outcome, so they don't get rewarded. Right now in NBA 2K25, you can basically go out there. You don't know what you're going to get. This is the reason why when you hear Soul Illuminati say, my wins start to feel like losses. When you hear other content creators and even people in the comment section, because remember now, we don't want to quote other content creators too much because Lord be that somebody watched this video at 2K and be like, well, there he goes regurgitating what a big content creator says because he lives in an echo chamber. That's not true. I've been playing the game all year. I've made 8 bills. I played until season 6. Look, if you go back and you look at the data, I've played these games. I've experienced NBA 2K from the time that it started till right now in season 6. This is the worst one, hands down. This game is worse than NBA 2K18. 2K18 is light years ahead of this, based off of how it is. We want to be rewarded every time we do something good. We don't want to do something. Do you know how infuriating NBA 2K it is to get on this video game, to go into the my court, to work on something over and over and over and over again, to get the repetitions down, to really put in that work to be able to hone something to a point where you know how this works, you know what it's going to do, and then you get out into a game and someone gambles and then you do your move and then they're back into play on offense or even on defense. It becomes a nuisance and makes the game unenjoyable because it makes you feel like the my court is useless. Why am I spending all this time in here learning my jumper? Shot after shot after shot. And once again, I've stated this in other videos. I will spend, when the game first comes out, I will spend hours at a time working on my jumper. First thing I learn in any 2K automatically is catch and shoot. Every year, every single time. I go and I get my favorite jump shot, which is usually Kobe Bryant's jump shot. It used to be Michael Jordan's, but they jacked it up this year. Crazy bad. I will get my jump shot, Kobe Bryant, and I will shoot over and over from the same spot. I'll put a timer on my iPhone. I literally put a timer on my iPhone for an hour and shoot. Just keep shooting. And the only thing, I got the meter off, right? The only thing I'm watching is the rhythm of the shot. I'm waiting on the push. And then I'm trying to get it to a science where I can shoot the damn jumper with my eyes closed. That's what I'm trying to get it to. And then sometimes, I haven't really gotten super heavy into that aspect of it. But sometimes I will come into the my court or even into the game mode before my court got in last year. I'll go to the Gatorade gym and I will literally grab the ball, get to a spot, close my eyes, and just shoot just to see if the timing is committed to muscle memory. That's how much I want to know my jump shot. Because why? Because when I get into a game and the game is on the line, I want to be able to take that shot and make that shot. That is the thought process of every person that plays NBA 2K that makes an ISO player. That's what I make every single year, an ISO player. Now, I don't play like your traditional ISO player. I don't make the smallest guard with the fastest this and jack up a bunch of threes or whatever it is. I make the type of ISO player that allows me to be able to finish at the basket, make layups, shoot middies, and shoot threes once I get you so scared of the drive that you have to back up. That's basically what I want to play every single year. I'm going to apply so much pressure on you at the rim that you have no choice but to back up. Because if you keep pressing up on me, I'm going to go right around you every single time. And once I get there, shouldn't nobody be able to stop me if I have high dunk ratings and high layup ratings. Or if y'all pinch or collapse or whatever it is, if I have good teammates and they know when to move and make you pay for coming over to try to get to me, right? I kick it to them and they shoot threes. Or they shoot mid-rangers. Or they go backdoor for the lob. It's all those different types of things. But that's the way I like to play the game. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I'm going to go around you so many times, you're not going to want to let me do it again. 7 shots in a row, 8 shots in a row, 9 shots in a row. Now you're backing up and trying to give me the mid-range. The mid-range is cash money. Boom, boom, boom. Now you're trying to see if I can shoot the 3. Now I got you in the guessing game. Now the real highlights can start to come out. The real highlights start when you fuck somebody up so bad that what ends up happening is they don't know what to do on defense. They like this on defense. That's when the real highlights start. That's when the real ankle breakers come into play. That's when it happens. Anytime before that, you just kind of like, you know what I mean? The gameplay is slow, it's boring, and it's just one of those things that this is why we need risk versus reward, because now, right, you make the game more skilled for offense and defense when it's risk versus reward. If I'm trying to force the ball into the paint, right, and the defense guesses right on that particular play and they get the strip, there have been 2Ks where I've played, and if somebody stripped me, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that, because I fucked up right there. In the past, especially when you're in the party chat and stuff, a lot of times you hear people, oh, 2K, oh, 2K, oh, 2K. But really, sometimes it'd be you, right? Not all the time, but sometimes it would be you in those particular instances. In this NBA 2K that we having right now, as Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks about to whoop each other's ass in the Rockets versus Warriors game, off to my right here on the TV, in these 2K games, it's never consistent enough for anybody to play. And when a defender does a good job, you go, that motherfucker's a good defender. You can't say that in this 2K. You can't. It don't feel like nothing. It doesn't feel like there's a difference between one person with 99 perimeter defense and another person with 99 perimeter defense. I remember in 2K20, right? Although that game had broken elements to it as well too. In 2K20, lockdowns were lockdowns. I think that was the year where we had quadruple archetypes, which was insane. And I'm gonna get back to that at the end. We need a dual archetypes, right? In that particular game, right, when someone had a lockdown, that was a lockdown. There was no lockdown that was isoing. Unless there was somebody like a big content creator that really, 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 really honed their skills and knew how to use all those fucking dumbass normal animations and pro animations and knew how to string them together in order to be able to cook people. When you played a lockdown like that, which was rare, I probably maybe played 2 or 3 people like that the entire year. Maybe the entire cycle of 2K20. When you play people like that, bro, let me tell you something. You go, oh crap, this person, even though it, to a degree, it feels, but there's another level of it. To a degree, it feels cheesy, but another degree, you like, this is probably only the second person or third person I played all year that has a lockdown that can actually ISO. There's nothing to be mad at because you already know this person has put the work in to be able to come out here with this 99 perimeter lockdown build and knowing that the minute they get bumped, they can lose the ball. They put so much work in that you can't even get to them. That's rare. And that's what allows people to feel like the game is more skill based off of the risk versus reward aspect. It's risk versus reward. So with the lockdowns of 2K20, 99% of them, they sit in the corner. They wait for the two-way slashing playmaker to be able to do his thing and do that hop, step, cheese, or the aggressive behind the back. And then they kick it to the corner and they shoot standstill wide open threes. That's all they did. Lockdowns in 2K20 were afraid to touch the goddamn ball. Afraid. We need that kind of gameplay back. We need the risk versus reward back, where when you're really good at something, it shows. When you're really not good at something, it shows. But that can only come if we have risk versus reward. All right. The second topic. We need the game to be consistent. We need consistent pure green windows, consistent animations on offense and defense. And we also need consistent counters to everything. I talked about this a little bit in the last point, but consistency is going to be key in order to be able to increase everybody's love of the game. I don't want to get on the game one day and in my green windows one way and I put in hours. Mind you, like I said in the last point, I will go into the my court. People will go and just make a build and run out to the park and get slapped and be like 2K is trash. I will go into the my court. I will test out every move. I will do every regular breakdown. I will do every attacking size up, which I don't even know why they got rid of attacking size ups out of the game. I will do all of that over and over and over and over again because I want to be consistent with how I attack defenses. In older 2Ks, right, in good 2Ks, it was easy to attack anybody on defense that was a defender, especially an elite defender, because all you had to do, first of all, you couldn't be scared of them. That's number one. You couldn't be scared of all that 99 shit and, LeBron beard and all black. You couldn't be scared of none of that. That's number one. The second thing you had to be able to do, you had to have a move set. You had to have stuff that you could use to be able to shift the defense around. With the way offense is in 2K25, and there's so many random animations that happen when you're dribbling with the left stick and all this, because it's so random, there's no way to cleanly shift somebody around unless you get to a place where you're just picking certain right stick moves and they all have to be the same as everybody else's. And you have to literally do that move over and over and over again in order to be able to try to shift them around. It's not fun because there's no variety in it. They've overcomplicated things, and it's made the game so stupid and hard to play from a consistency standpoint. And I was just about to get into point number 4. They've made the game so hard to play from a consistency standpoint because consistency is how you allow a player that puts in the amount of time that I put in, or other players out there like former 2K League pros or quote unquote comp players. It's how you allow these people to feel like they went from little to nothing on day one to all the way up here as they continue to progress and learn the game. But when the game is not consistent, we all just getting on here just hoping for the best. And that's what it feels like in 2K25. So in 2K26, we don't want to hope for the best no more. We want to play this game and we want to know, I put this amount of hours into my pull-up jump shot from the mid-range, I can hit it. I put this amount of hours into being able to do this particular combo, I can get it off. We want that to be a thing. We want the offense and defensive animations to be consistent. I don't want to hit X when I'm guarding a ball handling, and one time I'm slapping down at the ball, and the next time I'm reaching through their body, and the next time I'm running full speed and trying to tackle. I don't want these things. Not if the game is going to be consistent. We want a game where we have consistency in terms of everything that we do. We don't want all this random stuff happening, these random animations and all this. This shit makes the game hard to stomach. It really does. And then last but not least, consistent counters to everything. I mean everything. And I'm going to get into that when we get down to, I believe it's point number 3. But we need consistent counters to everything. If we don't have consistent counters, what ends up happening is you have people. I'm going to tell y'all the reason, one of the main reasons why playing NBA 2K and playing against so many people in the community is so bad. When you play a game and you're allowed to be able to get away with something that you shouldn't be able to get away with and be successful, you're going to continue to do it. I don't know if NBA 2K, the gameplay development team, has realized that yet, but that is how everybody plays video games, especially those of us that really don't care about the skill aspect of it or learning things or getting better at things or creating highlights based off of how much time we put in. They're going to continue to do it. So when you make a game and you put a move in the game where someone knows that even if I get clamped up, I can just tap X and hop step and get past you, aka 2K20, they're going to continue to do it every single time. If you make a game where someone can do a spin move, right, and be completely locked up, and based off of a badge or a rating, even though they're not open, they can make it, they're going to continue to do it. So now, when you put that person in a 3v3 setting or a 5v5 setting, because it's been working for them and you've been letting them do it over and over and over again, they're going to now get into a 5v5 setting or a 3v3 setting or a 2v2 setting, and they're going to sell. Why? Because they think that this works. You've told them that it works. Now they're in a 2v2 or a 3v3 or a 5v5, and it don't fucking work no more. So who's really to blame here? Is it the trash player, or is it the fact that the development team doesn't understand the audience that plays the game and how they like to play? If you keep letting somebody get away with it, they're going to keep doing it. So when someone drives to the rim, right, and I got a 99 dunk bill, and I'm going for a dunk. I mean, I'm midway through the air, and you let somebody with a 99 block, because they have a 99 block, you let them come over late. Keyword on the emphasis, late. Or key emphasis on the word late, right? When you let them come over late, because they have that 99 block, you're telling them that they can continue to do this over and over and over again, and it doesn't matter. They can just keep arriving late. That's not how you create a game that's fun for the offensive player or the defensive player to play. You want that defensive player, when they get a block on a 99 rated dunker, you want them to feel like, damn, get your ass out of here. And guess what? When you make a 99 rated dunker and you got a late arriving defender, I don't give a damn if it's Dikembe Mutombo. If you have a late arriving defender come over there, you want that late arriving defender to now start to play a chess game in their mind. Am I going to commit early and get there and make sure that I'm there so he can't take flight? Or am I going to keep waiting over here, backing up and getting dunked on? That's the problem. That's the problem. We allow, in this game, NBA 2K has allowed the game to be so inconsistent that you think that you can make a build with certain badges and certain attributes, and your timing can be fucked up, and you think that you're supposed to be able to do something. That's not how it's supposed to go. At least if you want the game to be good. So, with that being said, on to number 3. We want skill-based gameplay based on read and react. We don't want bigs can't just come into a match and expect to just back down and score points without having to work. Small players just can't run around like maniacs with no stamina, no real ability to shift the defense, and get bailed out with a fading 3. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to give you a prime example. In 2K25, when you're playing defense, there are certain times, and I know this was definitely an issue in 2K22, there are certain times where you're just standing there, right? And if somebody has a high ball handle rating and they have ankle assassin on, if they do a couple moves, your player's just automatically going to get stunned. Let me say that again. There are times in the game, even in 2K25, it's to me it's still too strong. Because to me, you should have to really shift somebody. Like, there is a joy and a fun in playing NBA 2K and being a ISO player or being a ball handler and getting open. There's a fun in it. And when you take that away, when you put in these random stuns and you really haven't shifted anybody around, you take that away. It's no longer that fun aspect that's supposed to be there is no longer fun. Because as an offensive player, even dribble guys, and I'm not a dribble guy by any stretch of the imagination. If you go back and look at any of my highlights or anything like that, I'm a slashing shot creator. That's what it is. I'm a slashing shot creator that plays hella defense. But if you look at my plays, right, the plays that I get most hyped about, especially in the past 2Ks, is plays when I completely lose a defender. I'm not losing them because I'm cheesy. They're getting lost because I'm trying to shift them and make them think that I'm going one way and then I dart off the other. That's why they're getting lost. They're not getting lost because I'm cheesing something. I have practiced my moves. I know my combos. And now when I get on the court, everything is read and react. Didn't we just say that in the last point? In this point. We said in this point about read and react. Everything is read and react. So with me, in any 2K before, I never practiced quote unquote combos. What I would do is I would go in and I would learn a move. And then I would have counters for everything. So when I dribbled the ball, it was the reason why it was so hard to guard me is because I didn't even know what the fuck I was gonna do. I knew I had setups. And then for every setup, I had multiple counters to those setups. That is what makes the game fun. Now, for me, that's what makes the game fun. For some people, they like to go in and learn a ton of combos and go goddamn nowhere. Hey, if they want to play that way, let them play that way if it's going to allow me to be able to play the game again and read and react. Because that's what we want. We want to read and react. If you look at the state of this game the state and the community of this game has diminished so much. People don't even want to play against these niggas no more. It's so bad. Have y'all noticed since New Gen came out pretty much, 2K, when you win a game, 2K has to flip the camera around for you to just see yourself and your teammates. So that way you don't run away from games. Because the gameplay in the past was so goddamn cheesy and exploitative in terms of people dribbling and they not really going anywhere, but they break. And then to be honest with you, the way the game used to be back in the day, which 2K15 is my favorite of all time. The way the game used to be back in the day, we would just sit there and watch them niggas dribble from behind half court. That shit didn't mean nothing. 2K16 was the beginning of the end. And I'm going to tell you why. That was the year where I'm pretty sure that was the year they introduced Limitless. That was the year Steph Curry was on the cover with James Harden and Anthony Davis, and niggas was just shooting from wherever. This shit was crazy. In 15, people was not shooting like that. All from fucking 7 and 8 and 10 feet from behind a goddamn three-point line. It wasn't like that, right? And I'm not saying, like, the fix that we have now is a lot better because now you can only really shoot like that with bomber, right? So that's cool. But the problem still is we still got people fading from three and hitting those consistently. That's stupid. We just have these things in here that do not allow the game to be able to be read and react. If I know that you're going to do something, I should have a counter for it. Once I know the counter, now you should have a counter for my counter. That's how a good game works. So when these people make these 99 strength builds with 99 post control and blah, 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 and they going up against a small guard, do y'all think the game is more enjoyable when they can just push and just throw a shot up? Or do you think it's more enjoyable when before they throw their shot up, based off of the ratings of the small player, there is a timing window where they can either, and I would say with all these goddamn buttons that we have on fucking defense, switch up some of these buttons. Hey, on defense, I don't even think A has an assignment on defense. I think X is for steal. I don't know what A does at all. Can we get X for left hand, A for right hand? Can we get that? Can we get that when you're playing defense on a defender? X for left hand, A for right hand. And then what you do is when you switch these things up and you allow people to be able to have control like that, now when the big is backing me down, I got to guess, is he going to turn to the left? Is he going to turn to the right? Then you can start to add nuance in. You can use the right stick, right? Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? Is he going to go through me? Or is he going to shoot a fade or some sort of hook shot over me? Now, I've got my right stick and I've got 4 different ways to be able to counter him. And I got to guess. I got to guess right based off his tendencies. If I guess wrong, right, then he's able to get the shot off. If I guess right, bloop, strip that. Not finna come in here with that garbage. We out of here. This is how you make a game where it feels consistent every single time you do something and it's read and react. Give the defensive player an opportunity to actually feel like they're earning what it is they're doing. Make them feel like they're just as good as the offensive player on the opposite side by giving them a skill gap. Don't just give them X as one button or give them the right stick and then the shit is not consistent. Sometimes they running at the ball. Sometimes they flicking at the ball. This is not good for the gameplay. This is not good for us to be able to enjoy the game. This is not good for... Right now, 2K25, when you have a smaller player, if you get into a one-on-one with a post-up player, you just automatically just screaming for help. It shouldn't be like that. Nor should it be like that on the opposite end for small offensive players. Why is it that a small offensive player can go and just learn a bunch of moves and keep spamming them left, right, left, right, or whatever it is, and they're not actually going anywhere? This is what I mean by read and react. So now, if I'm a smart defender and I know for a fact that you're going to try to spam these moves and shift me, I'm going to just sit on one side. And as soon as you come back to the side, if I use my right stick or X for left hand or A for right hand to try to strip the ball, if I time that window properly, I should get the ball. Now, how big is my window? That has to be a factor. The window is based off of the rating that you have on your build. A lockdown, big window, or bigger window. Somebody that's not a lockdown, smaller window. It's based off of the ratings and quote unquote badges. That's how you make the game fair and make it fun. Now as a lockdown, hey, yeah, you can sit on one side, but if you guess wrong or you mistime that stick wrong or you hit the wrong hand in order to be able to steal, guess what? Your chances of getting ankle broken or getting blown by is higher. Now, instead of having lockdowns that get on the court, you have people that pay $70 for the game, $100 to go in there and be a cone for somebody else, for them to play daddy and for them to sit up there and dribble the ball and have all the fucking fun. Now, instead, now when that lockdown comes in place, hey, bro, you can't play with me. You're not a good lockdown. You can play, but you can't play with me. You need to go play some random theater or whatever it is in order to be able to get your skill up and really learn how to defend people. Don't come out here with me trying to play lockdown. You got 99 perimeter and 99 steal, and you can't steal shit. You can't block shit. You can't get no stops. Why? Because you have no defensive discipline, no principles. That would make the game more fun. That would make the game way more fun. Instead of where it is right now, where it's just like 99 perimeter, 99 steal. I'm a blitz all game and do nothing. Nothing on offense. I'm going to just blitz. I'm going to just blitz. And the offensive player is going to beat me because the right stick dribble moves are so ass that everybody has on the same thing. And then they can just keep dribbling back to the ball handler. Y'all remember in 2K25, in the developer diaries or whatever it is that they put out, developer diaries, I might be dating myself there, courtside report. In the courtside report, they literally said, hey, when a offensive player dribbles too close to a defensive player, they're going to phone the ball. That shit was in there for a week, and they took that bitch out. It ain't like that no more. You got to use left trigger and right stick in order to be able to make them stop doing it. Once again, there has to be an understanding of how the community plays. If you have somebody that likes to blitz, right? Okay, let them blitz. Now, if they guess wrong or pick the wrong, this is the problem, and the community complained about this, the blow-bys in 2K18. This is the problem. I don't have a problem with them blitzing. I have a problem with them blitzing, and I'm shifting them, and they're trying to blitz, and they already on the hip. Scream, lightning launch, quick first step. There needs to be skill in the blitz. There needs to be skill in setting screens. There needs to be skill in setting screens. There needs to be skill in actual dribbling. I'm not talking about slowing. You're not slowing the game down does not create more skill for dribbling. It doesn't. That doesn't create more skill. What creates more skill is when the system is read versus react. You don't let somebody come out here and sit in the my court for hours and chain together combos and learn how to chain together combos. And then they go out and play against a good lockdown and they're chaining together combos, going nowhere, and the ball's not getting stolen. That's easy bake oven shit. Y'all are allowing it to be easy for somebody that is not good at being able to read and react, set things up. You're allowing them to come out here and be able to compete in the game. Why? It's silly. Because nobody's having fun when this is happening. The defender's not having fun, and the offensive player is really not having fun. They might say they're having fun, but they're not really having fun. You want to know why? Because the majority of the people that play like that, they end up they either don't play the game all year or they leave and go do something else. And I can promise you what I am saying right now, it will show true when when GTA 6 comes out. Niggas gonna be up a creek without a paddle. They gonna be begging people to play 2K26. All kind of desperate ass surveys in the middle, the wee hours of the night. Do y'all don't want to play 2K? No, we don't want to play 2K. Why? Because the game is not read and react. And this is coming from somebody that's playing in season 6 of the worst 2K that's ever come out. I'm playing in season fucking 6. So you know I'm overly dedicated to trying to be able to get on 2K and have a basketball experience. But it's awful. Y'all remove people's favorite animations for what? I'm going to get to that in a minute. This don't make no sense, man. The game has to be read versus react. I have to be able to have a setup, and I have to have counters to all my setups. If I go laterally and I do a hezzy and the defense blitzes me, if I hezzy to the right and the defense blitzes me on the left, pew, gone. Now, what does that do? That makes the defender say, okay, when he does this hezzy, I can't just blitz on one side of his body. I got to force him to shift me around. He has to shift me. I'm not going to sit here every time he does a move and I'm just taking off running like a fucking maniac. That's not defense. But then y'all want to sit up here and tell me about some goddamn pro play. That's not defense. Defense is intentional. Defense is trying to predict what the offensive player is going to do and get to and beat them to the spot. That's what defense is. Defense is trying to make it hard on the offensive player, not just running up to him because you got a 99 steal and legend red badges. Oh, I'm just going to steal every time. That's not defense. Especially in a video game. Mike Wayne, if you ever watch this video, sir, I'm talking to you. In a video game where we can dress up as bananas and burritos, probably next year we're going to be ice cream cones and sushi rolls and all kinds of dumb shit. In a game like that, where you want shooting percentages to match real life for some odd reason, you want shooting percentages to match real life. In a game like that, how are we getting a game where shooting percentage is supposed to match real life, but on defense, you got people just running full speed like maniacs going nowhere on offense and defense? You know how many times I've seen goddamn Curry escape back to my body and the ball and I hit X and my player reach at the ball here, he reach at the ball over here. It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. These are things that kill the experience every single year. Number 4, we need to stop handicapping dribbling. This is why I said you have to listen to the whole list, because if you don't listen to the whole list, you're going to think that I'm just advocating for dribble guys. And I'm not a dribble guy, nor am I advocating for dribble guy type stuff. But you can't have defense being able to react faster than the offense can actually react. This is ridiculous. We need to stop handicap dribbling. Bring back animations and combos and add new ones. We're not looking for cheese. We're looking to capitalize instantly when the defense does something stupid and vice versa. This is not a hard concept to understand. In 2K, and it's in my highlight reel, in 2K, you used to be able to play and there used to be a combo that you would do a double crossover. Then there was a combo of, like, this was when you're going up the court. There was a combo, be a double crossover. Then there was a combo where you go between the legs and then you crossover, front crossover, right? Then there was a combo where you go double between the legs. It was like a boom boom, so a tween, like boom boom, move it up the court. Then there was a crossover where you go behind the back, front crossover. Then there was a crossover where you go behind the back, between the legs. Then there was a crossover where you go double behind the back. All this was in the game. Do y'all know what combo moves we have right now? Guys, we've been playing next gen since 2K21. 2K22, I believe, was the last year that we had combo moves that you could still pull off like that. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the last year. Because I can look at my 2K23 stuff, and my combo moves were not there. The only thing that saved 2K23 was Michael Jordan's dribble style. And then everybody was like complaining, oh, everybody got on Michael Jordan dribble style. Make the other dribble styles viable, and people will use them. In 2K20, there was a bunch of dribble styles. I used a lot of them at different times. Yes, there will always be one that has a more favorable animation, but this slowdown shit doesn't give anybody the ability to look different. When we make my players, we want to make my players and make players that resemble aspects of our favorite NBA players. We don't want to get on here and move slow as fucking molasses. And in terms of handicap and dribbling, y'all take out all these combos and now the game looks dry and boring. Then here comes this dumbass comment from the developers. Oh, you can still do all that stuff on the left stick. The left stick itself, by itself, is not fun. It's the combination of the right stick and the left stick that make the game fun. Or do y'all not get that? I'm trying to understand how you don't get it, because y'all been making a game damn near longer than I've been alive. Y'all should know this. This makes sense. If you played the game, you ever enjoyed the game, you know that these things are fun. The problem is that there was never a real fix for the dribble guide. And y'all fix was to handicap people that play like me, that just play the game normal. Just get on the game, want to learn stuff, and want to learn how to get better at the game, and boom, 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 boom. And we'll take it week by week, and take a week to learn how to do a spin shot, and take a week to learn how to do a hop shot, and take a week to learn how to do a fade, a mid-range pull-up, or different things in the game. You can't even do that no more. I remember in 2K11, I had completely mastered that game because I was able to learn my regular catch and shoot jump shot. I was able to learn how to shoot my contested shots at that time. I was with contested shots. I don't know why they took contested shots out of the game, because contested shooting made the game fun as well too, because you didn't know when you were going to get them, and when you don't know when you're going to get them, now instead of watching for a dumbass meter, you have to watch your player in animation. You have to understand context. I had Kobe's pull up. I had Kobe's contested shot left and right, I believe, at that time. And I had Kobe's jump shot in 2K11. So now, if I'm wide open, I know I'm going to get this. It's a different timing on contested right and versus contested left. So you got to be on your toes. You got to be paying attention. That made the game more fun. It made shooting more skilled in that particular game. You don't know which one you're going to get. It's based off of how the defense is playing you and which way you're going. And you got to really shoot that motherfucker to really know it. That it made the game more fun. So having these different aspects, even from a dribbling standpoint, right? When you take out all of these combos, now you got people coming up this court and doing one combo every single time. Or they got to come to a complete stop and do a bunch of escapes. What the fuck are we talking about? We used to literally be able to 2K15 and 2K16. I could be going up the court this way, going that way. If somebody was running and try to cut me off, I could do that hezzy cross Pro 2. Boom. Cross their ass and they out to play. That's when the game is the most fun. That's when the game is most fun. When somebody does something dumb and you make them pay for it. Whatever 2K has decided at this point, they've literally sucked all the fun out of the game. This ain't fun no more. There's no style, there's no creativity to it. That doesn't mean we want broken moves. We just want the ability to be able to do multiple things like we used to. We want to be able to go and learn stuff and read and react. There's one combo move in the game right now, and you just flick the right stick from left to right. And whatever combo move, or right to left, based off of the ball hand, and whatever combo move you have selected, that's all you're getting. All of those moves are gone at the end. They're all gone. You kill dribbling for no reason. Then you've got all of these moves. We had triple threat size ups and all that stuff's gone. Why? Like, these were things in order to be able to create more combo chains, to create your own unique style. As players in the park and in the rec, we want to have our own style, and in the program, and in the ante-up, and in the theater. We want to have our own style. But it's hard to have your own style when y'all have made it, because 2K has always had a meta. Y'all have made it less, like more and more hard for people to really stand out and be individuals. Because the moves suck. The moves suck. And then the trend that I've noticed is remember 2K24, and I'm going to move on to the next point here in a second. Remember 2K24. In 2K24, at 6'6", I had access to Ja Morant's regular breakdown and his aggressive breakdown. I don't have access to any of that anymore. I don't have access to Tim Hardaway's cross. I don't have access to any Kyrie Irving's moves. None of it. The step backs, I got 2 step backs that I can fucking use. What are we doing? Why is it okay for me to have something one year and then the next year not have it? And then you go, oh, well, it's OP. It's not fucking OP. If you look at Ja Morant's regular breakdown, he's just standing there with the ball. It's literally a pause. That's not OP. Then we don't have a replacement for it. Big guards literally this year are stuck in the mud. There's no shiftiness, no movement. If you don't play like fucking Glock 19, you're barely moving anywhere. You're not shifting nobody around. No one's getting lost. No defenders are looking silly. So I'm trying to understand, man, like, what was the purpose of this? Then you got LaMelo Ball rated as the highest. And then that don't make sense to me either. How does Draymond Green have a dunk package, but Jalen Green don't have a dunk package? You got the best high flyers in the NBA that don't have custom dunk packages. And then the dunk packages are ass. Did y'all know with Anthony Edwards' dunk package this year, you can literally be going to the rim right? Holding turbo, and you flick up on the right stick. I mean, you flick to the right or the left, right? So if you flick to the right, he's going to dunk the ball with his right hand. If you flick to the left, he's going to dunk the ball with his left hand. You can literally do that. And with Anthony Edwards' dunk package, he will do a two-hand dunk. Come on, y'all. But we got burritos and bananas in the game. That shit's not more important than this. It's not. And we need 2K to focus on the priorities, man. Priorities. We want y'all to be a great game. We want to play the game. Y'all got the Black Hokage making videos about the dark psychology of 2K because the gameplay's fucking doo-doo. Now, he could have made that video, and shout out to Black Hokage for trying to help put people on game based off of the bullshit microtransactions. I'm not advocating by any stretch of the imagination for 2K to make more money than they're already making. But the thing is like, and we've gone so far down the rabbit hole, the game is so terrible. When he makes a video about the dark psychology of 2K, it makes sense because the game ain't fun. When Souls Illuminati comes out and makes a video and that shit go viral, it makes sense because the game's not fun. The game is not fun because we've gotten older. That's bullshit. That's not true. The game is not fun because everything in the game that allowed us to be able to create our own style and do our own thing and this and that, y'all went from 2K15 to 2K16 and gave us a bunch of shit and then took it away the next year. What the fuck are we talking about? And then y'all looking at us like, oh, you just getting older and it was a certain time in your life. Y'all literally, that's gaslighting. Y'all literally saw us, gave us the moves, and then took them all away. And then told us, oh, well, you just stuck in the past. Nostalgia. So you're not going to take any accountability for the fact that so many moves that were in the game, legacy moves that were in the game, are gone. Even 2K20, and I released a video back then about the aggressive behind the back. I said, the aggressive behind the back, I'm glad that it's gone. But I also explained even back then in 2K20, you didn't have to take it out of the game if you just let the fucking ball pop out if I guessed that he's going to do it. Now, as a defender, I feel great. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, this bitch ass nigga thought he was going to get on the court, come out here, spam dribble moves, and just beat me. I got a 74 perimeter defense. I'm clamping his ass up. Why am I clamping him up? I'm not clamping him up because I'm cheesy. I'm clamping him up because I know that he's doing the exact same combo that every other YouTuber is doing, and he is not reading and reacting. He's not. He got a one-track mind. Get on the court, do my combos, shoot a three behind the screen. Get on the court, do my combos, hop step to the paint with my two-way slash and playmaker over and over and over again and get contact dunks. I'm not going to actually play the game and think about the game. I'm not going to put the time into the game that you're going to put into the game to try to learn it. I want to come out here and get easy street. And this is what y'all do. Y'all continue to do this as a company and handicap people that actually are going to be playing in season 6. Make the game fun. Make the game consistent. Make the game risk versus reward. Make the game read and react. And I'm not saying it because I want people, but people will spend money on it and it'll be less of an uproar. If you got a great product, look at goddamn iPhones. iPhones almost fucking $2,000 for some of these bitches. Do you hear people complaining about the iPhone, or do you see people going to pick them bitches up soon? I mean, people do complain about the iPhone. I'm talking about back in the day when it was getting to them prices. People wasn't complaining about the prices because the iPhone wasn't just an iPhone. It was a fucking status symbol as well, too. You got your fucking camera on the front and boom, boom, and your FaceTime and all this different shit. The iPhone was worth every penny at that time. So, yeah, there's always going to be people complaining about price, but the uproar, the noise is less loud because you are creating a game-changing product. 2K has not been game-changing since 2K15. From a product standpoint. Have we had some decent 2K sprinkled out in between there? Yes, we have. 2K23 I thought was a masterpiece based off of how bad some of the elements in 2K22 were, even though 2K22, there was more freedom of movement in 2K22 in terms of dribbling. 2K23 was a masterpiece compared to the bullshit we dealt with in 2K20. 2K23 was such a masterpiece, it made cheesy niggas that played 2K22 stop playing 2K. Now, I know 2K is probably listening to that going, well, we don't want people to stop playing the game. We want people to spend money on the game. That is true. But you're going to lose more in the long run by creating a game where you allow cheesy niggas to feel like they can play the game, because what ends up happening is the loyals that spend the most money on the franchise over time, they stop playing the game. They go find other things to do. I go walk my fucking dog. I go make a meal. I go listen to a podcast. I'll do anything besides play 2K. This 2K25 has had me spending more time with my wife watching shows that I don't care to watch, because we do watch some good shows and shit like that, or whatever it is. But I've been more eager to watch shows that I don't care for with her because the game is so fucking bad. When normally it'd be like, oh, okay, well, we got this amount of shows that we watch or whatever it is. We watch them, we have a good time. We got our little this or that, food, blah, blah, blah. Or we go to the movies, we do this or that, boom, 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 right? But this show ain't really that good. I'm not really interested. You probably gonna watch that one. I'm probably gonna go play 2K for a little bit. When she watching them shows that I don't motherfucking really like that much or whatever it is, and I ain't really interested, guess where I am? 9 times out of 10 now. Watching them goddamn shows with her. Because the game is so bad. The game is bad. Balance. You can spend time with people and watch shows that y'all both enjoy and like and have a good ass time, and you can play 2K. But when 2K is so bad, it's like, well, fuck it. I might as well just go watch fucking Addams Family or whatever. I might as well go watch this shit. Because it ain't like the game. It ain't like I'm going to get on the game and have a good time. I'm not having a good time because the development team is treating the audience as if they're stupid. It's no different than watching a movie. When you watch a movie, and I'm going to just say this real quick and get back to the 2K point. When you watch a movie, if the creators of the film treat the audience as if they're stupid, the audience is insulted. And they usually call out the film and say that the film was bad. When the creators of a film treat the audience as if they have some sort of level of intelligence and they allow them to be able to see things and put the pieces together as they watch it, and they do it in an interesting way, people usually praise the film and call it one of the greatest ever. 2K hasn't done that in a while. And then the last point. Dual archetypes. Dual archetype builds with preset attributes and badges. We don't want attributes and badges to bail people out of poor decision making. We want it to enhance good decisions. Let me read that one more time. Just in case. Because, I say a curse word and people, goddamn, everybody's fucking offended. Don't listen to the video because people are cursing. But y'all watch Eddie Murphy Delirious. Y'all watch all those old Martin Lawrence specials. Y'all watch Dave Chappelle. But I can't be on YouTube and curse talking about a video game that I'm hypocrites. Y'all listen to rap music, but go to church on Sundays. All right, let me shut up. Let me go ahead. I'm going to let y'all live. Dual archetype builds with preset attributes and badges. All I'm saying, no, I ain't finna let it go. All I'm saying is this, right? I vehemently disagree. I didn't even say that word right. I vehemently disagree that people should be on the internet talking about bad things happening in real life to the developers and saying fucked up things about them and all this kind of stuff. I disagree with that. I think that's fucked up. I think that's taking it too far. It's a fucking video game. Do I want the fucking game to be good? Yes. Do I want to say anything and belittle people in talking about the game? No. But I am going to critique the game. I am going to say, hey, the development team missed the mark here. Hey, I am going to say, hey, development team, this was stupid. I ain't calling you stupid. I'm calling the decision making here stupid. I'm allowed to say that. The same way you're allowed to be able to critique videos online and leave a comment on them. And guess what? If you don't like something, you ain't got to listen to it. But this sensitivity, when y'all are $1 billion company, this got to stop. This is silly. I don't know where this came in at. Maybe y'all done got too big for your britches or this or that. But this sensitivity's got to stop. As a player, as someone who plays for the game, who is passionate about the game being good, because this is how I like to be able to enjoy basketball. I got the NBA playoffs playing over there on fucking Hulu. I got the goddamn game sitting right here in front of me, and I'm talking about NBA 2K for almost an hour. I want the game to be good. The game can't be good if the developers hear a curse word and think that someone is being mean to them, and then it's like, oh, well, fuck that guy. I'm not going to listen to him. Hey, you can say, as a developer, you can say some of my points are stupid. You can say that. I promise I'm not going to cower in fear. But the same way y'all don't want there to be a certain arrogance towards you about it, it's the same way on the opposite end. And then you got this thing, people being controlled by the goddamn logo and stuff. That's not what the video is about, but I'm just saying. Oh, a logo and blah, 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 blah. Guys, did we start playing NBA 2K for a logo, or did we play because we love basketball? And our love for basketball translated over to a video game that allowed us to be able to have a fun experience. What did we play it for? Oh, this celebrity don't want to talk to me. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Come on, yo. Nobody ever picked up a basketball that was serious about hooping and was like, can't wait for, and I'm talking to the hoop heads. I ain't talking to the people that, is like on the internet and want to make something of themselves based off of whatever it is that didn't happen for them before in life. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about people that just love hoops. Hey, if that's what you do, more power to you. I'm not judging you. But what I'm saying is that the real hoop heads, we should never be on here talking about a logo or a fucking next maker program or blah, 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 blah. I was actually good in real life. Can't play no more. Can't prove it. But I was actually good. I wasn't a nigga that was going out to the fucking local park or LA Fitness or your local gym and they picking me last. That didn't happen. That never happened. But I worked on my craft. I sucked at first, and then I got better, and I kept putting in time and learning things, and I got better. And then I wasn't getting picked last nowhere. I'm going out killing, and you better be careful picking me third, cause I'm gonna bust your ass. You the captain? I'm the captain now, right? But I'm just saying all that to say, man. I don't know. They might see it. They might not see it. I don't like to comment about echo chamber. I don't like some of the sassy stuff that happens. But we at where we at. Dual archetype builds with preset attributes and badges. For instance, why does Interceptor provide a speed boost? Shouldn't it just be a defender's ability to cleanly catch the ball? If y'all really think about that, it's called Interceptor. You shouldn't be getting a speed advantage with the badge. That's dumb. That's dumb. If your ass got a 25 speed and you got Interceptor on Hall of Fame, guess what? Or a legend. If you ain't there in time, your ass shouldn't be magically getting no, Super Saiyan burst to get to the ball. This is dumb. Come on, man. The higher the badge, the easier it is to catch. That's what it should be. The higher the badge, the easier it is to catch based off of your timing and spacing. Because once again, there has to be multiple elements to it. It can't just be like, I got intercepted and I can't catch another thing. You're in the wrong position. Your timing was off and your spacing was bad. Or wrong position, the same thing as spacing. See, and I just proved it right there. You can say that was a dumb point, Samurai. You can say that. I'm not gonna be offended. That was a dumb point. Now, if you calling me names, that's not the same thing. If you saying that was a dumbass point, that was a stupid motherfucking point because you repeated yourself. Hey, it is what it is. It's your opinion. But I'm also not the person that is in charge of running $1 billion company and affecting people's gameplay experience to the point where it's like, it's horrible. So the lower the badge, the harder it is to catch the ball cleanly without proper timing and space. This is what creates a skill gap in it. Interceptor is actually better when it barely works. It's better. You want to know why? because now people can't just play zone and blitz. You gotta actually think. You gotta actually be there. You gotta actually hit X at the right time. You can't miss timing. That makes the game so much more fun. No more chase down artists in the half court. I've been saying this for a couple years now. This is dumb. It really got, I think 2K16 was the last year where it was on the fast break only. But we don't need chase down artists in the half court, man. This is silly. You're telling someone do all the wrong things, and then after you do all the wrong things, there's this little badge that you can get, and you can really get it on bronze because it don't matter to have it on higher levels. You can get it on bronze, and after you get beat and do something stupid, we're going to give you a speed boost and a jumping boost and a block boost to be able to recover and make the offensive player think that they didn't do a good job. Dumb. No more pogo stick. You jump at the wrong time, your ass jump at the wrong time. Risk versus reward. Read and react. No more bullshit jumping. Spamming Y. Going nowhere. Same thing. No more mini marksman. You already small and fast as shit. And you got Deadeye. You don't need a badge to help you shoot over anybody. You got enough badges. Stop the bullshit. Make Deadeye work like it's supposed to. Like it used to in 2K15. In 2K15, when you got the Deadeye badge, and I gotta hurry up and get to this goddamn Warriors game because it's 57-56. These niggas is cooking. When you got the Deadeye badge in the past, the beauty of the game, okay, I got myself open. This too much distance. Do I know my jump shot enough? He closing out. Bang! Every time. That's what we want. We want that kind of game. But all the other elements got to be together too. You can't let somebody spam dribble moves and you know they're going to get open and then they just shooting it like that because now there's no real balance in it. It's not fun. Stop allowing low block defenders to knock dunkers out of the air or change the shot. Force them to play defense before the dunker takes off. No more dribble escapes back to the defender and the ball going through people's bodies. These are legacy issues. We still have a game where you can have 99 drive and dunk, and it's like, oh, you ain't got enough strength, and so-and-so arrived late. And I explained that earlier, where they just jump on top of you and knock you out there. This got to stop, man. I feel like I made 99 dunk for no reason. Then I got a goddamn dunk meter. I got to use a dunk meter to dunk on somebody that don't even have an interior blocking badge on bronze. That's in the wrong position. What the fuck are we talking about? The dunk meter is supposed to be for dunking, trying to complete dunks on high-rated defenders. That's what it should be for. Not just somebody that's out of position that's down there. And then they still knocking me out of shots. Come on, man. NBA 2K. We want the game to be better. That is my top 5 list with all of the nuance introduced in there. Hopefully nobody's offended or thinking that I'm trying to beat up on the developers or blah, 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 whatever it is. It's really not even about the developers and their feelings or whatever, because my goal is to make sure that we're speaking the truth about the game. We all want a good game. The developers want a good game. The consumers want a good game. Obviously, we don't want to talk to people like they're pieces of shit just because they made a game and we don't like it. Right? But we also don't want them to talk to us like we're pieces of shit either in the comment section on Twitter. And we want to be able to say things and say it honestly. Hey, NBA 2K, 2K25 fucking sucks. Ass. It does. And we don't want to be censored or be told that we're being disrespectful because we're saying the game sucks ass. You ain't got to tell nobody that you watched the video. Just watch the video.